All right, we are live here with the awesome Mr. Tim Storey. We'll give you guys a few minutes to hop on. I know it takes a few minutes for you guys to jump on, so we'll give it a few minutes. But for you guys that are going to watch a replay, I'm not going to wait too long. So Mr. Tim Storey, if you don't know who he is, you better find out. He's somebody that I got introduced to back in, it's probably 4 years ago, GrowthCon 1, when Grant Cardone did the first GrowthCon in Miami at the Diplomat. And it was an amazing event. It was probably my favorite event that I ever went to, was GrowthCon 1. I got to meet up with a bunch of awesome people, and I got to hear the stories of people like Tim Storey and just his overall positivity about, he has this spirit about him that's just, he's got something about him that you'll see as you hear him talk. He's something special. He's got this sense of he's got a lot of soul, put it that way. Tim, would you call it soul, Tim? What would you call that thing you got, man? You got this cool soulness to you that just, like, it's soothing. It's like you're a walking therapist. Like, I get around you, I just feel good.
I'm gonna go with that. I'll take the soul. I think that was cool.
Awesome. So we got 14. What's up, Luke? What's up, J-Rod? Please share and invite. This is a special guest, and let's get as many people as we can. We'll probably have at least 3,000 to 4,000 people watch this. So it's usually how many people watch the review. So we got 19. It keeps crawling. So, all right. Well, we'll get started. So, Tim, if they don't know who you are, let's start off with who you are, where you're from, and kind of, maybe a 50,000-foot view of who you are before we get into, helping some people and talking about what's going on right now.
Yeah, I think that, like for all of us, I was a kid with a lot of energy, played sports. I played the basics, baseball, basketball, football. Because of my neighbor, David Gonzalez, I was really great in all of them, because I was like 7 and David was a 14-year-old who was a phenom in sports. And he was my neighbor, and he saw me throw the baseball one time. He's like, this kid's got skills. So he literally mentored me in all 3 sports. So I became a very good athlete.
And this is where, Tim?
This is, I was born in Compton, California. And then later in life, I had 2 options. One is to go to USC, which I had the connections there. And I wanted to go there, be a communications major, but also get involved in entertainment. And then the second thing was, which is so different, is to go to seminary. And that is because I'm very interested in humanitarian work. So 75% of my life has been humanitarian work. So I went to seminary, got a doctorate in world religion, and became a humanitarian. And so I now do a lot of things with prison reform, which was started by my good friend, Robert Downey Jr. I work with Carrie Kasem, with Kasem Cares for the elderly. I do a lot in the world of the homeless, and work in the addiction space and mental health. So I am a humanitarian that happened to become a life coach as well. Back in the late 80s, before life coaching was popular, I started life coaching and troubleshooting for the NFL. And then I started working with the biggest entertainers in the world. And now I have over 300 entertainers I work with. So
wow. Okay.
That's what I do.
That's awesome. So just to backtrack, you said you played some ball for college. What was that? Baseball, basketball, football?
No, I only played sports up through high school. Then I went straight to seminary.
Gotcha. Okay. Very cool. All right, guys, if you're just jumping on, we got 31 people on here. Please share and invite. This is a very special guest. I don't typically bring on guests like this often. I'm always talking real estate and entrepreneurship and giving you guys, content on that. Please share and invite, and let's hear what Tim's got to say. So, Tim, I wanted to talk to you. I really brought you on here because I really just wanted to talk about life. I didn't want to talk about one specific genre how to be more tactical with your sales pitch, because I know you're good at, you talk a lot about sales.
Yeah.
How to be more entrepreneurial. Let's talk about life, man, because right now life is punching people in the face right now. There's a lot of people losing their jobs. There's a lot of people hurting. I'm hearing people, there's a lot of terrible things happen. People getting divorced because just when you got money problems, a lot of bad stuff happens. You'll have, drug addiction. Maybe I'm even hearing the suicide rate has went up since all this is happening. So for people that watch this, you've been on this planet a lot longer than me. You've been through the ups and downs of the economies a lot more than I have. What's some advice for, say, a 26-year-old who just got married, he has a house, him and his wife just had their first child, and they both just lost their job due to COVID-19, and they don't, they don't even know what's going on or what's happening or what they should do. What's some advice that would help these guys? So
number one, Chris, I'm glad that you care, because you're right. A lot of people are overwhelmed because it's an overwhelming time, But I'm going to give them some principles where you guys can actually take notes on this. Is that number one is that we all start with a promise of something. We start with a promise. And then secondly, hopefully you find your principles that you're going to live by. So maybe someone who watches Gary Vee, they'll study his principles. Or obviously Chris, you follow him, his principles. Or Stephen Covey, you follow those principles. Or maybe you follow religion, you follow those principles. So you have the promise and you have the principles. But what you need to know is that there's always going to be a problem. There was always going to be a problem. And I call it bugs on the windshield. If you are going to travel in Florida during certain times of the year, you could go from Tampa to Miami, and your windshield is going to be covered with bugs because that's the way it happens during that time of the year. There's going to be bugs in the windshield. So anybody that does anything in life, you're going to have bugs in the windshield. That's what I call the problems. So you have the problem, the promise, the principles, the problems. The challenge with most people, Chris, is they're not good at getting through problems. And because they're so caught up in the dream, in the goal, in the grind, in attaining, but they're not good at problems. And this is what we're seeing with COVID-19.
It's a huge problem.
Yeah, so I was just connecting with Mike Tyson's people today because Mike Tyson's a friend of mine. And, the interesting thing about Mike Tyson is he never lost one fight by decision. It was only by knockout. Because Tyson had one gear. I'm going to take you out. But when he went down, he didn't have the skill set to get back up. This is pretty powerful. So I checked with some really great boxing minds. And they said, Storey, you are exactly right. Because guys that are used to getting knocked down, they know how to get back up. They're thinking, 1, oh man, where am I? 2, what the heck? 3, okay, dude, get your bearings. Start making the move at 6, 7, 8, and they're up. Chris, they're up. They're up. Tyson never thought of being knocked down. And so a lot of you that are watching, you've never thought you'd get knocked down this hard. Dude, you just got hit and you are now on the canvas. I'm going to teach you how to get up today. You're going to be so glad you watched this because I got the tools. I'm going to teach you how to get up.
I love it. I love it. I mean,
and so go ahead.
You would say, you would say that having problems is just a part of the journey. I mean, there's no way to make it without having problems, is what you're saying.
It's bugs on the windshield. But in fairness to the viewer, we have to understand that there's levels of problems. This is massive.
Yeah.
This is a pandemic. This has never happened like this in our lifetime. Dude, even with the protests that turn into riots, they went down Rodeo Drive and were busting out windows. This is stuff we have not seen in our lifetime. Maybe we'll see them burn up streets in downtown, wherever, but not like Rodeo Drive. Okay, but it's a global pandemic. So here's the deal: you got the problems, you got the principles, you got the problems. So now I got a problem, Mr. Storey. I got a problem. Okay, so now we got to deal with it. So first of all, what you do to get up from a problem is, number one, is that you have to become awake. You got to come up awake. Like Chris, you got to wake up. You got to go like, dude, like seriously, like I own a bar, but they can't come. I own a gym, but they can't work out there, right? So you become awake. And then secondly, you got to take inventory. How am I? How's my girlfriend? Or how's my wife? Or how's my kids? Or how's my health? So you become awake. Secondly, you take inventory. Number three, here we go with the good stuff. Got to have the right partners. Got to have the right partners. So you got to hang out with Chris here that knows his way through the storms. You got to partner with power. So if you were partnering with weak people,
well, you just said something prophetic there, Tim. Guys, partner with power.
You got to partner with power.
You need to put that on a T-shirt, man. Tim Storey, partner with power. That's profound. That's true.
I mean, look at me. Come on, you saw me speak at 10X and run in that stage, and you see the same energy. And I'm dealing with COVID-19 situations. I've got a lot of businesses. My businesses have been hit. You know, we've lost hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in some of my businesses, but I've also made hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in other businesses and created other businesses because I partner with power. But if I didn't know how to get off the mat, I would just, sit there. But instead, you become awake, you take inventory, you got to partner with power.
Love it.
And so, Chris, if somebody says, well, who do I partner with? I don't know anybody. It's a different day. You got Chris, okay? You got books. You got podcasts. Partner with power. You don't need to know Richard Branson. Read his book. So what are you thinking so far?
Man, I love it. Everything you just said is something that I've done, I guess, somewhat instinctively. I partnered with Grant with GrowthCon 1 and 2, or GrowthCon 2 and 3. I sponsored both of those events, and I did what you just said. I partnered with power, and it led to so many openings. It opened up a whole new book where I got to meet so many different people. So you hit the nail on the head, man. And taking inventory of what's going on. Because at the end of the day, like for me, because I'm the same boat. I lost about $150,000. I started a solar panel business in Florida 2 weeks before COVID-19 hit. We invested about $300,000 to start a solar panel business, and we pretty much went bust like 2 weeks later.
I'm listening.
So it hurt me and three other guys. So that makes a lot of sense.
I'm taking a video of you while you talk because you're so smart.
Hey, I appreciate that. And when I lost that money, it gave me massive perspective and knowing that we don't know it all. And, before that, I thought maybe I was invincible, and I realized that you can be hurt, right? But at the end of the day, Tim, you know what I realized? I was still alive. I was still alive, and it didn't matter. Like I have my family, I have my health, I have 5 kids, I'm still married. I can always go make more money. Right? Okay.
I like it. I like where you're coming from, but Chris, and how do you say your last name?
Rood.
Okay, so Rood. The thing is with you is you learned the ability to bounce back. Most people, they have not. Like, let me give you an example. So I'm mixed. My mother's from Spain. My father's black. So on the Spanish side, my mother likes to watch Telemundo and Univision. She speaks very broken English. So my mother was watching like Telemundo one day. It was way back when Britney Spears' kids were super young. They were like 2 and 4. So I come into my mother's room. She's watching one of those programs. And Britney Spears, they were talking in Spanish. And they said, Britney Spears almost dropped her kid. And they showed her like this. I go, whoa, Mom, look at that. Britney Spears almost dropped her kid. And my mom says to me with a straight face, I used to drop you all the time. Dude, she's not lying.
Oh, man.
Straight out of Compton. Dude, falling out of high chairs and everything. Okay.
Oh,
so no wonder I have the ability to bounce back.
well, you know, with pain, I find like, you know, with pain and suffering, like suffering is a part of the game, man, especially as an entrepreneur. And it builds mental faculties in your mind because you have to like develop coping skills. Like you ain't got a choice. If you you have to, right? Mm-hmm. And guys, we got 69 people on here. Please share and invite. Make sure this is an awesome story. And I want you guys to hear Tim, very special guest. Please share and invite. But, you know, for me, and I know for a lot of, it seems like I listen to you, I listen to all these guys speak, and it's always the same story. Like everybody has a time where they fell on their face and fell hard and it really hurt. And that almost built their character, because if we never hurt, it's like there's no character building.
There's no doubt about that. And so, you know, the idea is, as Chris is saying, there's a pandemic. As I'm saying, there's a pandemic. So when there's a problem, we said you got to become awake, take inventory. You got to partner with power. So partner with people who know more about a situation than you do. So this is not the time to be a know-it-all. Like for me, they tell me I'm pretty quick, but I still hang out with dudes that know a lot. Like if I go to Ed Milet's house and we're just talking shop, I want to know about certain things that guy knows about, but he's asking me about things that I know about. I was just in Miami and spent the day with the guy you were just talking about, Mr. 10X.
Yep, right.
And Grant Cardone. But we're not just talking about business deals, man. We're talking about like how to sharpen each other. And so you become awake, take inventory, get a partner with power. Okay. And so watch how cool this is, Chris. You're going to like this. The greatest fighters and the greatest boxers always had the greatest cornermen. The cornerman is super important because if you get cut, okay, he's going to work with the cut specialist, knows what's up. He's watching a vantage point of what to do because what the opponent's doing. So because of my kind of life, I get to talk to everybody. So I've talked to 2 amazing cornermen, and they were salivating. They're like, no one's asked me questions like this. Okay. In life, we're all in a battle, mostly when you decide to live at a certain standard. See, Chris Rood decided to live at a certain standard. So now, Chris, dude, we're not expecting this. We're expecting this. So if you came on your show next week and you're all depressed, I'm going to be like, whoa, what just happened? So the corner man's got to keep you at this standard. So you got to make sure you have the right people in your corner that are like your corner men. Do you know how powerful this is?
No, dude, that's epic.
Oh, yeah.
So my question, Tim, is how we find those corner men, my brother?
So the corner men are, number one, you're going to find them sometimes truly in a life coach. You're going to find them on podcasts. I think Gary Vee's a good corner man because he's always talking something. I think Cardone's a good corner man. I think you're a good corner man. I think I must be pretty good if I'm working with over 300 celebrities, the biggest in the world. I must be half decent.
I mean,
So,
you've been interviewed by Oprah Winfrey. I saw it too. I mean,
no, but me and her are friends. I mean, I do her staff meetings. I got 3 projects coming up with her. We do a lot of projects together. I've broken records on how many times I've been on her shows. Do a lot with Steve Harvey. Went on tour with Steve Harvey. I got a new movie coming out with AMC Theaters. It's a Tim Storey special about getting it right, how to turn a wrong world right. That's coming out next year. New book with HarperCollins. Working on a project with Will Smith. You know, I'm doing what I do.
That's awesome. Well, guys, post your comments in the section if you have a question for Tim or anything. So don't be afraid to ask. We've been going now for, let's see, we're at roughly 30 minutes. Tim, just to recap, take collection of what's going on.
Yeah, become awake. Take inventory. Partner with power, and then you got to have the right plan.
Okay, the right plan.
Here's where people mess up. And if the blind lead the blind, you're all going to go in the pit. So when I wake up, I'm not putting on Instagram. I don't want to hear all that silly stuff people are saying. They make no damn sense. No, man. I'm old school. I want the veterans. I want the guys that are like generals. So I'm like reading books. I'm like studying stuff. I'm like feeding my faith and starving my doubts. I'm not on Instagram listening to a bunch of silliness. Not first. No way. I'm feeding my faith. So you got to have the right plan. You got to have that plan, man. When you have that plan and you have a revelation of that plan, you cannot be stopped. You get bugs on your windshield, you're just like, okay, we're gonna get through. Watch, we're gonna get through. The guys I hang out with, we're all getting through. And if one guy falls on his butt, we yank him up and we walk him through. Dude, we help each other. And we come from all races and all over the world. I'm talking worldwide stuff here. I've been to 75 countries. I was on the phone yesterday with a dude from Sweden. We're working on a project together. Then I'm on the phone with another guy from the Middle East. We're working on a project together. This is worldwide. We are worldwide citizens who've decided to rise up and help shake this world up.
So Tim, you don't listen to the negativity. You don't play into a lot of the negativity, because I mean, every time we turn on the news, it's it's doom and gloom everywhere.
No, but I don't have a problem with listening to some of it because I want to actually hear what they're saying. So then I know how to respond.
Right.
So it's like, you said what? You said we're finished? You said, huh? Or in Spanish, ¿qué? So no, I'm listening to you a little bit, but I'm not going to respond the way the typical person's going to respond.
Right.
Yeah, you'll notice this. The more you get around the powerhouses, like I was raised by the powerhouses. Can you imagine having Lee Iacocca mentor me for 25 years in business? I life coached him in one way. He life coached me in business to think about being mentored by Quincy Jones for over 25 years. You learn a little bit. And the big boys, the masters, man, if stuff is going on, they're not like, they're just like, okay, somebody deal with that. Okay, somebody deal with that. Just keep going.
Yeah,
we're getting through this, man. Come on, 2:20. It's only halftime.
And guys, for you who don't know who Lee Iacocca was, I believe he was the CEO of Chrysler.
Yes, look at it. He endorsed my book here. Tim Storey's Life Lessons Actually Work. I know firsthand. The Lee Iacocca used to live in that big old giant $28 million mansion in Bel Air. Yes.
Let's plug that book real quick. What is that? That's pick that book up again real quick, Tim.
This is called Comeback and Beyond. Thank you, Oprah Winfrey, because Oprah during one of my interviews with her, she held it up the entire interview and helped me pay for my kids' stuff.
That's
because
awesome.
I thought like, whoa, she's only going to just like say, but the whole interview, she went like this. As it says in page 37, I'm like, whoa. Oh, I love what you say in page 81. I'm like, oh my God, something's going to happen. And it did. It went boom. It went crazy. It all went crazy.
Tim, Joe says, how do you connect with your purpose if you don't have one?
Okay. Hi, Joe. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to dial my energy back because it's a serious question. You do have a purpose. Your purpose is inside you. And your purpose has a voice. I was talking to Katy Perry's mother. I said, what did Katy want to be? Boom, 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 boom. Everything Katy wanted to do, she did. I was talking to Brad Pitt's mother. What did Brad want to do? Because I like to talk to the mother or the father too. Brad wanted to do boom, 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 boom. Everything Brad wanted to do, he did. Robert Downey Jr.'s mother, what did he want to do? Ever since Robert was little, he wanted to do boom, 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 boom. Kanye West's mother, boom, 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 boom. You know why? Because you have a purpose that was dropped in you as a child. Now, you got to stop, look, and listen, and your purpose will speak to you. Your purpose has a voice. You have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose.
I love that. Joe, I'm going to chime on that real quick. Joe, listen, my brother, just get in motion, get in action. You can't see your purpose because it's not on your radar. It will show up if you keep moving. If you just keep moving, it will come up on your radar. And I think everybody struggles with that.
100%. And two ways it happens, Chris, is observation and conversation. Observation, the more you see, you start saying, hey, I may want to do that. Or, whoa, look what they're doing. Look at Lewis Howes. Maybe I'll have a podcast. That's observation. Conversation is what we're doing right now. See, we're actually stirring people's purposes up right this second.
I love that. Kevin says, Tim, what is needed to unify America? ?
Okay, I'm going to bring my energy back and just take you there. It's very simple. When we begin to honor each other, we're going to change the world. Even someone who's prejudiced against me because of my skin color, I got no hate for them. Their grandfather was probably like that. Their dad may have been that way. So if you treat me that way, whatever, I'm still getting by. So when you honor with no expectations, so when you honor and you show compassion, it'll shift the world. Dude, we shift things, man. We're shifting the world. Some of our things that we do overseas, you know, I speak to at times 85,000 people at one time. We're not playing around. We're shifting, you know. I was just talking to the president of ARC, Prison Reform. We're going into prisons and changing the culture of the prisons. Come on, guys. Honor, respect, and compassion.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, what I found too is hurt people, right? Hurt people. So when you're coming from, you know, a sense of hate or not disliking somebody because of the color of their skin, it's because they've been hurt. There's something that happened to them, just like you said, their mom, their dad, grandfather. It's passed on because you take two babies, it could be Chinese and whatever, like two different skin colors. You put them together and they raise together. They don't know any difference. You know, it's, but anyway, let's see. We got a few more questions. We got to take too much of Tim's time. How do you deal with negative voices over you trying to stop you? Alfredo says that.
Alfredo, how you doing? Ask Alfredo where he's from. What city is he coming from?
Where are you from there, Alfredo? He's typing.
Okay, as Alfredo is typing where he's from, I'm going to answer the question, then you tell me after where he's from. All right. Here's the deal. Negative voices are going to come nonstop. Don't forget, LeBron James won championships in Cleveland and Miami. And some person that's a reporter says to him, do you feel like you can live up to the expectations that the LA fans have of you? Look what they've done. They had Jabbar, they had Magic, they had Kobe. And LeBron looked at this reporter and just stared and said, next question. Okay, here's my point. Someone's going to be slinging crap at all times. That's the way it is. But you have to have such a revelation of what you know you are supposed to do that nothing stops you. See, a revelation leads to conviction. It drops 12 inches from your head to your soul. Revelation, conviction leads to action. So you can get 8 no's, but you're looking for the 2 yeses. So the negative voices will come. Just give them the LeBron look, smile, and go, bam, do your thing.
Love it. He said he's from Queens, New York.
All right, man. So do your thing from Queens, New York. But do it, but don't do it to prove something to somebody. I mean, look at me. I'm just laid back, drinking from a dog glass. I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. I never was. That's why I get all these things that happen for me. People are always trying to do me favors. You know, I'm the only guy that's ever spoken 3 times at the 10X conference. And because I don't look to do all that stuff, I get all the good stuff because I'm just out serving people, loving people, helping people, trying to make a difference, and you reap what you sow. That's how life is.
I love it, Tim. That's yeah. Cheers to that, man. You know what I see with you? I'm gonna just say my observation by you. I can feel and see your intention. Like your intention is so clean, and it comes off so clean. As like, I want to help. How can I serve? And I can almost feel that over there. Just listen.
100%. You know, the first time somebody gave me a $50 check for speaking when I was like 19, I try to give it back. And, you know, so many major celebrities that I work with, they try to give me boatloads of money that I many times will not take. And, you know, sometimes if they try to give me, I'll say, well, give it to my nonprofit because we're helping kids in all these different countries. But dude, I turned down so much money over the years, even last week, because to me, it was never about that. And I make my money in other ways through businesses and the things that I do. So my intention is that my vision is to see your vision come to pass. I already did what I wanted to do. Come on, man. I come 7 people, 2-bedroom apartment in Compton. And I went to seminary. I got a doctorate. I mean, most of my family never graduated, even high school. So I'm playing in the bonus. It's like being in Las Vegas. I'm playing with house money right now.
I love it, man. I love it. So Tim, I have a question for you. What's some, everything that you went through life, and what is some advice for somebody that's say in their early 20s, and they, as much as you've been through, what's some core principles that you can give these guys? Maybe, 3 to 5 core principles to live by, some fundamentals, some basics. Because I'm a firm believer that to have a solid life, you don't have to learn all the tactical stuff. You just got to be good at the basics, right? Michael Jordan said it once. He said, just master the basics, right?
Yeah. And number one, shout out to Michael Jordan and that amazing documentary on ESPN. Come on now. So the thing that seems to be like getting people's attention that I talk about is this thing when I talk about the law of the harvest. You gotta plow the ground. Okay. You gotta plant the right seed. You gotta water the seed, and then you're gonna reap the harvest. Now you're gonna reap some harvest. So today's decisions are tomorrow's realities. So every day, Chris, dude, I'm planting good seed. I call guys and shock the crap out of them. They'll DM me on Instagram. They're like, Tim Storey, big fan, going through a bad time. Here's my phone number. I know you're not going to call. True story. I'll go like this. Hey, Will, Tim Storey. Yeah, right. Dude, you just DM me. I'm talking. Okay. I do this all the time. This is what I do. Why? Because I'm planting good seed. I'm planting good seed because I want to. So you plow the ground. So plowing the ground, you remember what I was doing at 10X?
Yep.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Dude, I'm up early, man. I'm rolling at 4:45 every day I'm hustling. I'm plowing. I'm just plowing. Where are you trying to go? I'm enjoying myself. I'm going to get a good harvest. I'm plowing. I'm planting. I'm like texting people. I'm giving emojis to even the men, like you're going to have a great day. Like with the sun, they're like, whoa, he's happy. So I'm plowing, I'm planting, I'm watering, repetition. Got to keep watering, consistency, water. And then here's what happens, Chris. All of a sudden, like someone comes to you out of nowhere and says, man, Oprah's like, she's hearing so much about you. Quincy Jones is telling her about you. Gayle King is telling all about you. Her former executive producer is just telling her she wants you to come to her house. See, that's the harvest. And then you're sitting there at Oprah's $58 million home, and she says to you, Tim, gosh, I like you. Just tell me what you want me to do for you. What doors do you want me to open? No, those are the exact words she said. And she did them. What is that? That's a freaking harvest. Plow, plant, water, boom.
That's all you need. Guys, Tim just nailed it. That's all you need. If you just live those principles every day and just plant, harvest, water every day.
Yeah.
Just wake up.
Then you're
a world shaker.
Yeah, then you're that. Come on, man.
That's awesome.
Let's do it. I would be okay just sitting behind these Zoom calls, but I got to still do more because people are asking me to. But I want to see you younger guys jump up and pass us. Come on, man. Get out there. Do it. Make it happen.
Opportunity out there, right, Tim? Even though everything is going on, there's still got to be a lot of seeds you keep planting.
Worldwide, though, stop thinking just like you're from one country. We live in a planet, dude. Come on, man. I'm packing out spots, and like in Marbella, they couldn't fit the people in the room. Marbella, Spain, they're standing everywhere. Rome, I had 3,000 people. We're not just like living in one little cul-de-sac.
I gotta type that out. You just said something prophetic. Stop thinking you live in a country. You live on a planet. Stop thinking you live. That's prophetic, guys. I mean, it's so true.
Man, we're thinking worldwide. Sheesh, come on. Worldwide. Our connections are worldwide. Start thinking worldwide connections. Start seeing worldwide connections. People will start looking for you. You should see all the stuff, Chris, that comes through us, from emails to this, to that, to that. Every single week, it's coming from all over the world. Partner with us. Can you coach our business? I'm coaching businesses. We have Zoom calls as high as 10,000 people where I'm coaching businesses in different countries. Sitting right here, drinking from my dog cup.
That's awesome. Well, guys, we're coming up on the top of the hour, and I don't want to take a whole lot of Tim's time. he was gracious enough to come on this program and help us out. So guys, you need to really look at following Tim if you don't already follow Tim. And Tim, don't you have like a mentor coaching program that you can, if say somebody's struggling, maybe they want some life coaching?
Yes, but first follow Chris. Chris is smart. Follow Chris. But what I am open to is, because I've decided not to go speak at some of these conferences that are still going on. So we have had to rearrange, Chris, we counted it, 16 conferences, and they're big ones. I do big ones. We rearranged 16. So I'm at home working on my TV projects. I got 3 new TV shows we're working on, my movie projects, my Broadway play, and I'm coaching people. Now, most of what I coach is entertainers and NBA players, blah, blah, blah. But we have opened it up to other people during COVID-19, and it's changing people's lives, man. They cry, everything. But I've got a coaching program that cost me like $70,000 to put together, because I hired super great psychologists, psychiatrists, great minds to put together this action step plan. Okay. So I want to help you to go from setback to comeback and beyond. Setback to comeback and beyond. So if there's 3 of you that want to do this program, then just contact us. Should I give an email, or what should I give?
Well, you have a website, email?
Yeah, I want them just to go directly to my assistant.
Okay.
So can you type it in? Joseph at Tim Storey, and then remember I'm Storey. Joseph at timstorey.com. So if you are watching and you want to work one-on-one with me, it's a 4-session thing with a discount to it, because I'm nice. But listen to me. Invest in yourself. Okay? I'm going to take you through a whole program. Like, look at this lesson from today from this lady, the power of purpose. Okay? Holy schmoly. If somebody would have went at it with me like this, come on. So that's what I want to do. I'm only looking for 3 people. If that's something interesting for you, a lot of you more may ask, but I have room for 3.
And Tim, I get excited about this kind of stuff because never in world history has there been so much opportunity. Where can you get on a Zoom call and connect with all kind of people and share value? Where in the history have we had YouTube, Zoom, Yardstream, Facebook Lives, where we can actually share value? Like, if you're not doing good in life, that's one thing, but to stay there is another thing, because there's so much opportunity, guys. Like, literally, for peanuts, you can get help for peanuts.
Yes, dude. Listen, Chris, when I was 18, I sold my Volkswagen to go to a conference. I wanted to go to a conference in another country. There was like a motivational conference. I sold my Volkswagen. And I loved that thing. That thing was plush, dude. I sold my Volkswagen. Come on, have a yard sale, sell something. What the heck? Could you imagine, seriously, could you imagine, like, if somebody had the opportunity, if they were in music, to work with one of the best producers, or if you like hip hop, and Jay-Z said, hey, yo, I'm going to do 4 sessions with you to talk to you about the music industry. What the heck? Get your old baseball cards out and sell them. Do what you got to do. That's what I do.
I love it, guys. Yeah, guys, look, there's so much opportunity. I mean, we still live in one of the best countries on the planet. There's so much out there to take advantage of. I mean, so if you are on the fence right now, maybe you're struggling. Like I just said, you lost your job, you married, you got a kid, reach out to somebody, like Tim said, with power. Connect yourself.
Partner with power.
Partner with power. I actually have a whole chapter in my book in The Source of the Deal that the name of the chapter is Connect Yourself to Power, which that's why it resonated with me when you said partner with power.
Chris, where are you based out of?
I live half the year in Florida and half the year in my house in Louisiana. So,
man, follow Chris Rood. Chris Rood, you're the real deal. I like you, man. You got good roots. Somebody like prayed you into the position you're in. Just know that. You're not in this position just because somebody prayed you where you are. And I see great things coming your way. I see more businesses coming your way. I see more favor. I see people looking at you and going, I don't know why, but I want to help him. See, that's what's happened in my life, is that people have said, I don't know why, but I want to pick this guy up and lift him up and go boom. Okay, that's what's going to continue to happen to you.
I love that, Tim. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I feel the same way about you. I feel your intention. I feel you just come with love. Like there's nothing, the intention, just nothing but clean, pure love for people and one to serve. But man, I hope to have you back. You know, I put on a lot of masterminds. I have events. You know, hopefully things get back to normal. The COVID passes. I'd love for you to have come speak at one of my events. You're a good friend.
I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes based on just because you're good. You got good spirit. That's what I'm into.
I love it, man. But I think your good friend, Coach Burt, he spoke at my last event.
He's awesome.
Yeah, Coach Burt is awesome. So, but yeah, man. Tim, where can they follow you? Like, give them all your handles, man.
I think that, you know, we're doing okay on Instagram. So Tim Storey Official, you can go there today. Tim Storey Official. We got a lot of really cool stuff going on. I got a Sunday night program that I do that you probably saw that, Chris. I get as high as 200,000 people watching me on Sunday nights on Facebook Live. I interview everybody from Grant Cardone to Lewis Howes to Ricky Lake to Randy Jackson from American Idol to Tom Bilyeu, on and on and on. So, but just go to Tim Storey Official and you'll see what we're up to.
Love it, man. Well, I appreciate you. And yeah, it was awesome having you on. Hang tight and we'll end this broadcast. Guys, follow Tim, get his mastermind, get his life coaching, and skill up, guys. You know, my whole brand is skill up, and skills get the deals. And the only way to do that is connect yourself to power and partner with power, like Tim says. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next time.